The Iron Curtain, created in 1945, was a hypothetical line that split Europe in half. It split the Soviet Union and other Eastern Communist nations from the rest of Western Europe, which consisted of the US and other democratic capitalist nations. At the end of World War II, Germany was split into four zones. It was between the Allied nations of the Soviet Union, US, France, and Britain. This was decided at the Yalta Conference of 1945 between FDR, Churchill, and Stalin. This conference discussed Germany's transformation and promises of a non-communist Poland by Stalin. However, this promise was broken, pressuring the Polish government and creating more tension between East and West of Europe. Through heavy cultural, political, and social influence, many European countries turned to the USSR for a communistic government to be put in place as well. They were interested in the push towards communism because of these influences. Plus, there were no other options. The spread of communism has started. As Eastern nations saw the large expansion of communism, the U.S. and 11 other countries joined together to create the Northern Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO. As well, the communist nations joined together as a rival alliance called the Warsaw Pact. This formed the two designated sides of the Cold War. The first formal introduction to the Iron Curtain was said by British Prime Minister Winston Churchill at Fulton, Missouri on March 5, 1946. From Stettin to Baltic, in the Adriatic Iron Throne has ascended across the continent. Behind that lie all the capitals of the ancient states of Central and Eastern Europe: Warsaw, Berlin, Prague, Vienna, Budapest, Belgrade, Bucharest, and Sofia. All these famous cities and the populations around them lie in what I must call the Soviet sphere, and all are subject, in one form or another, not only to Soviet influence, but to a very high and in some cases increasing pressure of control from Moscow. Stalin's response was far from normal, comparing Churchill to Hitler. He says that in this way Churchill betrays communism. In reality, Stalin was in favor of the Iron Curtain, so that democratic nations and the ideas would not influence his communist ideas. As the expansion of communism did not seem to be slowing down, Truman issued the containment policy to spread communism. However, this policy was one of the reasons for the Vietnam and Korean Wars. In 1953, Stalin died, reducing the restrictions and rigidity of the Iron Curtain over Europe. Stalin was the main leader of communism in Eastern Europe. Without him, communism would slow down. This was because he was considered the face of communism.